climb, something, though, he is definitely accustomed to. In case you didn't count the swings or the time it took to swing, you just saw Barry smack homers in 31 different ballparks in 18 seconds. Guys crunked it deep in every park he's played in except the Seattle Kingdome, which they done blowed up. Much like Barry done blowed up the record books. One-year record for homers, walks, slugging percentage, on-base percentage. Nobody's within shouting distance of his 5 career MVPs. What Barry hasn't done a lot of, talking to the media, which he now does. An exclusive Sunday conversation with Joe Morgan.
We talked about, you know, going up to 2001 when you hit 73 home runs. And I must say, I didn't think you were going to do it. Not because you weren't capable. Okay. I just felt like they were not going to allow you to do it. But the thing that was amazing to me is your discipline. How did you develop that discipline that you have?
The game disciplined me. I wasn't never really that disciplined of a hitter, you know, but the game disciplined me over time with the walks, staying with my father and Willie and listening to them and saying, don't go out of your zone. And my dad always preaches, son, how many pitches does it take for you to hit? One. So why don't, you know, if they're going to go out here, they're going to pitch like this, stay balanced, stay square, and stay focused in this zone area what you can handle. Don't go out of this zone. And the game is the one that's basically made me a patient hitter.
One question here about the Giants. I mean, are you surprised that you guys have as big a lead as you have?
I'm surprised that we have the lead that we have. I'm not surprised on the way that we're playing. I think what has been surprising is our pitching staff. I think that's the most surprising thing because we have 2 veteran pitchers on our team. We have Smitty and Kurt Reeder.
Yeah.
I mean, when we had Mossy over here, he's a 2-year pitcher, and you got everyone else at rookies. I mean, you got to tip your hat to our pitching staff. You have to tip your hat to these young kids that have come up and did the job because basically they have won this. They have put us where we are today.
If you had one ideal spot to hit in the lineup, would it be in front of Barry Bonds or behind Barry Bonds?
In front.
In front.
Because I'm hacking. I don't care. I'm hacking. 2-0-3-1-3. I don't care. You better skip that ball. I'm hacking.
Okay, I'm going to remember something. You told me when you retire 6 or 7 years from now, you're going to tell me your secret. I'm going to hold you to that. I'm going to hold you to that. All right?
Yeah, I'll tell you my secret. I think I'll tell you the philosophy of hitting. I don't think it's very difficult. Major League Baseball players can hit home runs.
Yeah.
It's just knowing what to do to be able to do it. Not everybody, you can't teach anyone to hit 300.
Right.
I mean, no one's going to be a Tony Gwynn hitter, you know, hit like Pete Rose and stuff like that. But, you know, you can create power into a hitter because I think all Major League hitters, we're not up here for nothing, and all of us have power to be able to hit the ball out of the ballpark. It's just being able to recognize the pitch that you want and not miss it. For me to be able to be in such an elite group, 700 ball players, and I preach this a lot. It doesn't matter if you're Barry Bonds, Randy Johnson, Roger Clemens, whoever that we have done so much in this game. You are all great athletes. And you need to recognize that because you're 700 of billions of people entertaining people around the world. You are great. All you need to do is believe it in yourself.
How can anybody not like you?
Because they don't know me like you do.
Thanks, man.
Tied Barry Bonds up with flashbacks. On Tuesday, they pitched to Barry. Bad call. Ray King threw it. Barry hit it really far. So Wednesday, they walked Barry Bonds. That came back and bit him in the foot when Alfonso brought in Nathan Perez. So what do you do on Thursday? Do you pitch to Barry or not?
Swing! And a long one to center! And he's done it again! This one is over!
I'm thinking there was a better decision there. For Barry Bonds, number 39 for the 39-year-old, now has 652 home runs. 8 behind his goddad, 103 behind Hank Aaron. Yeah, all above. The Giants sweep the Braves, winning extras 4-3. Barry Bonds with his 9th career walk-off home run and 11th career extra inning jack. He's now 8 behind his godfather, Willie Mays, for 3rd all-time. Coincidentally, Mays is the all-time leader in extra inning home runs as well with 22.
Giants up 8-6. Barry Bonds, give the people what they want, B, but don't give them too much. 24th of the year, 682 for his career. Superman, the Super Friends, eating it up. G-Men up 9-6.
Where's Spider-Man? Barry Bonds, no doubt. Number 32 on the year, 690 of his career. We're tied at 1, but Bonds was not finished. This one, gone as well, number 691. You know, Barry Bonds is only 24 away from passing the Babe for 2nd all-time. It's a 3-1 game. Giants lead. Bonds at bat after 2-2 at bat. JT Snow will steal 3rd, so Kim intentionally walks Barry.
Montreal ended San Francisco's 6-game win streak in Game 1. Barry Bonds, 8,997 career at-bats, and here, with 2 men on a base open, he will not get an official AB. He'll get his 92nd intentional walk of the year. Bottom 3rd, Giants leading 2-1. Bonds batting with a runner on first. Ray Robinson says, yep, give him 4 wide, and the first one goes all right. And they say, you know what? I don't want to be called a chicken. Let's try to throw to him, and guess what? Well, there you go. That's ball 4 anyway. Bonds 174 walk of the season. Again, no AB. In the 5th, it's 10-1, and well, oh my goodness. Francis Beltran wishes he had that one back because Bonds has just crushed his 34th of the year, 692 on the career, 8 shy of 700. That's 700. Bonds 2 for 2, scored 3 times, is hitting 358 in a 14-4 win.
And now San Francisco already a 5-0 lead. Barry on, up with 1 on and 2 out. Base hit the center. The ball just going to eat up Cameron. Error on the center fielder. Edgardo Alfonso scores, and Bonds will go to 2nd on the air. Barry.
Cab accident. Barry Bonds, 321 career hitter against Glavine, 25 for 78. Triples in the 3rd after walking in the 1st. Bonds, first 3-bagger since June of last season. He's used to walking his own pace around those bags. Francisco, bottom 6, 7-5 Mets. Bonds ripping the Ricky Bottalico pitch for an RBI double. Scores Davy Cruz, who had 4 hits. It's a 1-run game. Bonds nearly knocked home run number 693. Missed it by that much. This plays into our story a bit later. Bottom 8, Giants down a run with Bonds up again. This time he picks on Mike DeJean. Another double. Bonds, 5th time on base with 3 hits and 2 walks. Mets used the double play to preserve the lead, but they couldn't keep it, and we go extras. Bottom 10. No, it's that Bonds guy again. Singles off Braden Looper, so had that ball earlier cleared the fence, Bonds would have had the cycle. Giants did tie the game in the inning. 12th inning.
In Atlanta and Chicago, the only NL teams against which Barry Bonds is yet to homer this season until the 6th, when Bonds hits one 365 feet. A 3-run shot is 36th. Career home run 6-9er 4.
Minute, but in trouble in the 1st. Scoreless game here, 2 runners on for Barry Bonds. That single will play Dave Roberts. Gallardo allowed 4 runs in the 1st. We move to the 4th. Bonds up again with 2 runners on, and again single to left. This time scores Omar Vizquel. Bonds now 2 shy of Lou Gehrig for 2nd all-time on the RBI list. Top.
Now San Francisco already a 5-0 lead. Barry on, up with 1 on and 2 out. Base hit the center. The ball just going to eat up Cameron. Error on the center fielder. Edgardo Alfonso scores, and Bonds will go to 2nd on the air. Barry
against left-handers this year, normally not good. But here he takes Jeff Francis deep. Number 723, 33 homers away from becoming baseball's all-time home run king. Now to the 9th, still 5-2. Bonds at the dish. He's won 7 MVPs. He knows the strike zone like nobody, perhaps better than Ted Williams only. But look at that. That ball appears low. Bonds thinks it's low. He talks to Ron Culpa. Culpa talks back. And they're having a discussion now. And you know, at this point, Bonds is getting more angry and more angry. At this point, Culpa comes to brush off the plate. He continues talking to Bonds.
He's got the mask off now, too.
And he's talking to Bonds. Bonds doesn't normally argue balls and strikes. This is very rare for Bonds to do this. Culpa keeps talking. Barry keeps getting mad, and he gets tossed in the bottom of the 9th with his team down 5-2. Walks away. Felipe Alou, normally a manager backs up his player here and gets tossed. So the fans backed up Barry Bonds, throwing garbage onto the field. A bit of a delay as the grounds crew comes out and cleans up the mess. Bonds not happy. Took him a long time to leave the dugout.
Barry
You wanted me to jump off the bridge, I finally have jumped. You wanted to bring me down, you finally have brought me and my family down. You finally have done it.
Barry Bonds' volatile relationship with journalists is well documented. Just a few days into spring training this year, Bonds made clear at a press conference exactly what he thought of the gathered sports reporters.
All of you lied. All of you have said something wrong. All of you have dirt. All of you. When your closet's clean, then come clean somebody else's. But clean yours first.
Bonds' relationship with the media is a rocky one simply because he wants it to be.
You go negative with me, I'm walking out of here.
I hesitate to call it a relationship because it's not like he necessarily gets to know the reporters who are covering him, or that the reporters covering Barry Bonds really get to know him.
Hey, go. All right.
I don't get the sense that Barry cares about that one iota and that there's anything that's going to break the ice in that really frosty relationship.
To me, everybody wants something from Barry. It's always they want. I want your time, I want this, I want that. The guy basically has no freedom when he comes to the ballpark or when he leaves the ballpark.
We have to write about Barry. We have to talk about Barry. If you're putting up numbers like he is and you're changing the game the way he is, you got to talk about it.
It's true. Bonds' achievements have been so spectacular and the steroid controversy surrounding him so significant and complex that he has transcended sports, becoming fodder for editorial cartoons and appearing nearly as often on front pages as sports pages.
Barry's not going to get the benefit of the doubt from a media standpoint. Talk show hosts, columnists around the country are going to take swipes at Bonds here from, now until he breaks Henry Aaron's record, and it's not going to be a pleasant situation.
Bonds' discomfort with media has deep roots, perhaps before his days with the Pirates, maybe even before he played at Arizona State. It might go back as far as his childhood.
Barry grew up in a clubhouse where there was an adversarial relationship in the media with Willie Mays, his godfather, and with his dad. They both did not have great relationships with the media. I think Barry saw that his father and godfather were taken advantage of, ripped unnecessarily, and I think he kind of developed a shell.
Is this like candid camera today? Over there. I don't want anyone in my face. Man, I'm going to break that damn thing if you put it on me. Now get it off.
You can say that he's nasty with the media, but the one thing about him is he's very consistent. There's nothing phony about him. He is what he is, and take it or leave it.
He likes to put that tough veneer out there sometimes. He thrives off it. He thrives off the confrontation. I think sometimes he has said, I'm just being too nice a guy to you guys, and it's affecting me out on the field.
Chances are Bonds' relationship with the media may not improve even if he is able to continue pursuing the most historic number in sports, 755 home runs. It's a situation for which both sides, Bonds and the media, are probably to blame.
Barry sometimes just does not understand or does not seem to want to understand the kind of job we have to do and the questions we have to ask. On the other hand, if I were getting some of the pot shots that Barry has gotten over the years unnecessarily, I would be wary of the media too.
To me, right now, it's almost like the hole is dug so deep that it's hard for him to climb out of it. I see a lot of good things he does in the way he treats people, but it seems just like all the negative things are captured or talked about.
He doesn't allow you to get close to him. So he doesn't show you any vulnerability. So as a result of that, how do you expect to get close to him? He's a very, very difficult subject. He really is.
I'm done. I'm tired of my kids crying. It's tired. Let's go home.
SportsCenter looking at Barry Bonds all week.
Barry Bonds took some heat for saying he possibly planned to keep his own memorabilia and felt little obligation to the Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum. Now he says, quote, "It's something that will be considered. This is not a big issue. The Hall of Fame has never made it a big issue. It's been several years since he made a donation to the Hall."
This year, normally not good, But here he takes Jeff Francis deep. Number 723, 33 homers away from becoming baseball's all-time.
Almost impossible to keep that ball so far inside off the plate fair.
1-0 game in the second. Barry Lamar, Chan-Ho Park, and Bonds wins by a lot.
Just about every time. 2 against Chan-Ho Park. Now 31 homers away from Henry Aaron's record.
First home run since August the 4th for Barry Lamar.
Colorado with a chance for its first ever sweep of San Francisco in San Francisco in franchise history. That's Barry Bonds, who singled. Taylor Buckles didn't check on him, thought the wheels were flat. You're wrong. Bonds gets his second steal of the season, but was stranded. This is what people pay to see Bonds do. High, deep, and finally gone. Back on the home run train. The 439th pitcher Bonds has taken out, the 746th of his career, and when he hit it, you didn't know if he was posing or kind of hoping. Did I get it? Did I get it? Well, the folks in the stands seem to believe it, and they were right. He moves closer to Henry Aaron, first home run since May 8th. Game goes to extras. We were tied at 4.
The monkey, or whatever has been weighing on Barry Bonds, finally came off his back when he slammed career home run number 746. His first home run in 44 at-bats.
My relief is when we win. That's it. You know, we had conversations in here about it. It's just fact. Hey, you could take a low average if you get the man in from third base for less than 2 outs. You get the guy in from second base for less than 2 outs. You do the little things that win games is the most important things. It's not about how many hits you got or average or anything like that. You know, whole team can hit 250, but if we get key hits in the right situation, that's what win games.
Bottom 5, Bonds had walked twice already, and then rakes it down the right field line.